everyone. So I started doing these free motion quilt as you go blocks, and I have two of them here that I've put together. I've cut them to make them the size that I want. As you can see, it's nice and tidy, squared up. Now I want to show you how simple it is to put them together, taking the easiest way like I like to do from all the different videos that I saw and kind of making it my way. So the first thing we're going to do is take the block that you want to go first on the left hand side. I'm going to set this one aside for now, and I have two strips. So you can see my back is already on, my batting's in the middle, I've got my top, and I have two strips. For the back I have a 1-inch strip, and I'm going to put that right side to right side on the back, and I'm just going to line it up. I'm not going to pin or do anything extra there. And then I also have for the front, this is going to be a border. It was 1.5 inches, and what I did is I ironed it in half, so it's folded exactly in half. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to take the open edge and I'm going to put it right to the edge of this, along with the right side to the right side for this, and I'm going to line it up perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to my machine, and I'm going to make a 1/4 seam hem right down, kind of lining it up as I go. If you feel more comfortable pinning, you can. I'm just not a person who really uses pins very often. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sew that down all the way to the bottom, lining it up as I go, and I will show you the next step as soon as I finish sewing this up. Alright, so I've trimmed this up so that it's cut perfectly too, and I've also have my 1/4 inch seam. Now what I've done for this back, that was the 1-inch piece, is I flipped it over. This is my next block that I'm going to be adding. I'm putting it back side up to this right side, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lay this on top, line up my edges, and I'm going to go ahead and sew another 1/4 inch seam right along that. And you can see on my machine here how it kind of just lines up perfectly with this space. So if you have it done right and your measurements are done correctly, it should just measure up where your foot fits right in there. So I'm going to take this all the way down, and then we'll get to our next step. Alright, so I sewed this 1/4 inch allowance all the way down. Now I'm going to flip my other block over, and here you can see it should line up perfectly with my other one. So the batting to the batting, I know with my prints it's probably hard to see. And now you have this extra top piece that you had, and what you do is you just kind of fold it over, take it up to the machine, and again, you can pin if you'd like to. This will cover up your stitch that you had from sewing the back on. And I sew over as close as I can to the edge so that it doesn't fold. And this is going to become part of the quilt. So I'm going to take this all the way down. I'm going to roll this because it's kind of in my way. And I'm going to take this all the way down to the end, kind of just putting it in place as I go. Just making sure that everything's lined up, everything's nice and straight. And you can see it's kind of making a nice border. So I've seen videos where they've done all white, or you can just do solid colors, but I liked this accent because I have a kind of a colorful quilt going on. So I liked having the accent colors, and I'll show you what the back looks like too. So here we go. Got that all the way to the end. Back stitch, lock it in place. Now what I do, just to keep it even for the same look to be quilted, is I'll go through and I'll do the other side the same distance, just to keep it even. And then you can see on the back I have the 2 squares. I also did the accent piece here. This is our 1-inch strip, and then I will just go along and put my pieces together as I go using that same method, and it's perfectly quilted, perfectly put together. You can do any top design you want and just kind of do piece by piece as you go, and it's that simple.